So, welcome everybody for this special live stream. I know we're 5 minutes early, but hey, it's always better to be earlier than later. If you want to watch this like in actual, back as well, watch it back, like as a recording, then you can do that as well. I can see all these people already there in the comments. Nice to see everybody. The plan here today is just to have a little chat, and if you have any questions about your Creator PC, I would love to help you out. I've got lots of questions that have been sent to me over email for like months, and I've been off for quite a long time. Even though you've seen some videos, I've scheduled a lot of videos ahead. So now my schedule has run out, so we're back grinding here. Making some videos, but there's some exciting things coming. One thing I do want to mention is, wait, let me pin my comment just so everyone can see that. If you do have any questions, just tag me at TechNotice so I can easily see. If you just want to chat to someone else, in the comments, just go for it and knock yourself out. But a few comments already here. Which is better between RTX 2060 Super or RTX 3050 for Premiere Pro? I think 2060 Super I found in my testing was actually slightly better. Amoka is saying, congratulations man, thanks, very happy with your videos. I'm glad you're happy with my videos. I'm very happy with my videos as well, actually. I'm probably more critical. Where are you from? I live in the UK, but I am originally from Estonia. Zigman, when do you just changing from air cooling your GPU to liquid cooling? I'd never liquid cool my GPU. Honestly, I think it's a bit of a waste of time. If you're a professional creator, don't ever bother doing that. But I hope you're excited about this, as excited I am about this package over here, because this has arrived. I haven't looked inside, as you can see. It's been here for a little while, and it's time to open this. Okay, so let's do that first. If you ever wonder, once you've make it to 100k, you get this message like that. It was interesting. I was always wondering, like, how does it work? Like, how does YouTube contact you? Basically, once you reach 100k, through like your YouTube in the background system, or you get an email actually as well linked to your account, says that here's like a kind of voucher code where you can redeem like this play button, silver play button, and then it goes to a special page where you put it in, and you can actually put whatever name on the silver play button. So I had to type in like TechNotice, because obviously that's who we are, and then you put your address in, and then they send it to you basically. And here it is. So let's open this up here as well. Okay. So look at this together. Okay. Alrighty. Oh. Okay. Look at that. Here it is. Silver play button. It's more like a mirror play button, as you can see. Can you see yourselves there? Okay. There's some comments. It's much lighter than I thought. Okay, and it looks a little bit more like aluminium button rather than this, but it is presented to TechNotice for passing 100,000 subscribers, which obviously is one of you guys. Hopefully, if you're watching this, then there we go. In the back there, just to show you these as well, there's two hooks that you can hang it on your wall or something like that. But I do feel like they maybe have cheaped out on this a little bit over the years. I think the first ones were slightly higher quality, even though I haven't opened any of those, but that's one of those. And that's it. Where should we put it now? Should we put it there? There we go. Wait a second, that reflects the lights. Is that a bit better? Oh, don't fall over. There we go. Let's leave that over there then. Recognize your team. Share the recognition by allowing your team to purchase a personalized creator award. To purchase authorized copies of your creator award, email society award at blah 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 blah. Interesting. So you can actually, if you had a team or something like that, you can buy these for, you know, other people as well. Okay, Rick put this together. It was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick. If it's damaged or something like that, let us know, basically. Susan, the CEO of YouTube. I bet this is copy pasted. No chance that she actually looked at my channel. I mean, would be pretty cool though. So, some 100,000 subscribers. Just how far have you come? If each of your subscribers were a light year, they could take you from one side of the Milky Way to the other. That's far. And that's why today we're so excited to celebrate with your special YouTube journey with you. Sorry, I messed that up. And not only have you brought a unique voice and style to the world, you've also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. That's you guys there. In that spirit, YouTube is proud to present this Silver Crate Award, which celebrates your hard work and incredible achievement. Congratulations on this amazing milestone, just one of many that we hope will follow in the future. After all these countless others out there who have yet to discover your passion and dedication. Whether they come to your channel to learn something new or just for a laugh, or a whole new audience is waiting for you to inspire them, just as your growing community continues to inspire you. We can't wait to see what you do next. We'll be with you every step of the way. Yours sincerely, Susan Wojcicki. Wojcicki. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. There's a little letter for that as well. Anyway, thanks very much. But I do want to take a minute here to say thank you to all. It's the real Susan, bro. It is the real Susan. It looks... I don't think this is like personalized letter to each 100,000. I think this is like just copy paste that goes to a lot of them. If anyone knows any other 100,000 subscriber guys, I want to know if they got the same letter from her. But I just want to say thank you to every one of you as well. Like, we started this in 2017. That's 5 years ago now. It will be 6 in a few months. And we've published a video every single week, at least one video. And at first, we just took this just as a, you know, like a hobby and like a laughing object. You know, we just made laugh and made funny videos. I still can't believe that some of them are up there, but now this is a proper job for me, and I can provide another job or jobs to my family as well, which is very, very helpful in this time. So thanks very much, guys, every single one of you who's watched and subscribed and, you know, wrote a comment. Every one of you's absolutely you know, thankful for you. Honestly, makes me speechless. So if you're watching this, I can see the Keggy, Tim L, the Lord of Cubing, Aaron, the Absolute Ratzel, Linus5425, all of you guys, thanks very much, honestly. So next thing what I want to do is answer some of your questions and have a little chat and help you with your builds. I've got lots of them lined up here as well, so we're gonna get them out in a moment. And let me see. Sigman 2500 says, what Intel 12th gen processor would you put in a low budget gaming PC build for a middle school kid building a PC for my 12-year-old? 12400, i5 12400. Georgie K is saying, is a 3080 12GB worth the extra money over 3080 10GB? And what is the difference between 3080 12GB and 3080 Ti? I am planning to build a new PC for editing, photo manipulation and gaming. So Geordie K, from 3080 10 gig to 12 gig, there isn't much difference. The 12 gig version has obviously more RAM and might be a slightly faster RAM, and the CPU, like the GPU, slightly clock faster, basically, but real no difference there. And I'd say if you're doing some serious video editing, that 2 gigabytes extra is going to be very, very helpful for you. Now, I'm just going to share a little secret with you that I have discovered for myself in the last few days. I've been using the RTX 3070 for my main editing rig over there that my editor uses, and that has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And the way we shooting every single video on the channel is this main angle is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, so 6K B-RAW, then 4K H.264, 10-bit from A7S III, and then there's another camera on the top which is also 4K. So we've got a 3-camera multicam going on. We sync them in Premiere Pro, and then we like edit kind of one sausage, so it's not like things on the top. And when playing back stuff with color grade, because every single one of these angles will be color graded separately, and then I saw that actually I'm using about 8.7 to 9 gigabytes just by pressing play on there, and I've got just lumetri color on there. So I upgraded to, well, actually I know this because I got this 3080 that I have in my system there now at the moment. This is the Strix, White Strix 3080 from ASUS, and that 10 gigabytes VRAM is going to be like, it plays back much smoother, the timeline performance. So, but I can already see that to 10 gigabytes I'm already capped there as well. So I'm thinking 12 gigabytes next time when we need to upgrade, or when I can upgrade, it's going to be probably something with much more, like 24 gigabytes or something like that. And then 3080, 12 gigabyte to 3080 Ti. 3080 Ti is basically the same GPU as RTX 3090, but just you have half of the VRAM. That's it. Please sell your orange setup. I will personally pick it up. I'm not sure which orange setup. If you mean like the Beauty and the Beast, that wasn't even my PC. We built this for someone else. Does RAM compatibility list for motherboards matter? I have a DDR4 board that does any DDR4 kit work, or only those on the list? So Elijah, basically, officially, I should be saying that yes, only the ones in the list will work. But here's what I have found. DDR4 has come so far, and depending like which kit you're gonna go for, if it's 3200 or 3600, you can easily just stick any like dual channel kit in there and it's gonna work, even if it's not in the list. I have used all sorts of things that aren't in the list and they basically work. At the same time, I have used, if it's like a newer kit of RAM, I think it will work. If you're using some of the older kits of RAM, that's what I have found, that I try to use my old kit of DDR4 in this PC build, and then when putting XMP on, I started to get crashes and so on, so I had to upgrade to a different kit of RAM that is a little bit newer. So that's that. Another thing you might find is that having XMP with 4 sticks that aren't like, you know, in the qualified vendors list, it might not work so well, but most of the time it will work. What I'd do is just get it off Amazon, you know, something like that, stick it in, see if it works. If it doesn't, you'll notice it within a week or something when doing that. So let me go through these questions here as well, because there's a lot of questions going on over here. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. So, alrighty then. Can you see me there? Okay, let's put ourselves in that corner. So, this is from Kwame, Ryan, is saying, let me go back here so I can see yours as well. Here's the music PC I want to build and mentioned in the comments of one of your videos. My questions are, can I water cool this build? Can I use 4 sticks of Kingston Beast 32 gigabytes of RAM, even though ASUS doesn't certify that combination? And are you aware of the reported issues of DDR5 Z690 boards not yielding the expected speed of 4 sticks of RAM installed? Any other recommendations? First of all, DDR5 issues, yes, absolutely aware of them. And this is not really the motherboard issues, it's both motherboard and DDR5 issues, because it's just a new whole thing because like the actual voltage controller is now on the memory modules rather than on the motherboard. So now the memory manufacturers have to talk to motherboard manufacturers very well, and like the collaborations are even like more necessary now to get good kind of 4 sticks XMP working on Intel platforms. But can you water cool this build? Let me see, what did he have? He has a Z690 grade Wi-Fi, good 12900K, and then Kingston Fury Beast 4 sticks, Noctua NHU 12A, FireCuda 532 terabytes, and Fractal Torrent compact case. So double check what that Fractal Torrent case actually here supports in terms of the cooling, because you might not be able to fit that water cooling in there. That cooler on this motherboard with that processor is going to be slightly hot. I've got, where's the motherboard? Here it is. I mean, here's the cooler. Come on. This one over here, the Noctua NHU of 12A Chromax Black. This one, we're actually finishing editing this music production PC that's just over there with this cooler. So stick around with this. This is going to be published in the first half of September. So I have about 6, 7, 8 days left to post this. This will be with a Squarespace segment, so that's what we're going to be doing. That's why we have to publish that over there. But that's about that. Oh, my brother Tommy, look at that. He's on the chat. My brother from Estonia. He's recently actually as well. We've been talking with him. He got like a PC for his music production as well, because he's a sound engineer, does live music sound. Very talented guy. He did the sound for the Pope actually. When the Pope came to Estonia, he was the guy who did the sound for him. I mean, he didn't play music or anything, but he was the sound guy for that event. Anyway, what? Oh my word! There's a lot of questions, guys. If I actually miss your question, ask it again. Just put it there until I get it. I can see like little orange tags when people have said @technotice. So thanks guys for that. It's much easier to, see the questions. Should you upgrade to Windows 11 or not? I'd say go for it. I think Windows 11 is like quite alright now. It's not that bad these days anymore, so I'd go for it. So next question here is John Leak. Just wanted to start off by saying thank you, blah blah blah. You're very blah. Okay, just a little bit of. I'm self-employed ArcViz artist, and in major need of an upgrade my system. I have never built my own PC setup before, and have always been nervous to attempt. Watching your videos has given the confidence to just go for it, and thank you for that. If you might indulge me for 2 questions. It's trying to do the Corsair 5000D case, Ultimate Creator build, in Fractal Torrent case. I wondered, of your view, if I had to do the build again, which one would I use, the Corsair 5000D or the Fractal Torrent? Given both of these builds are very similar in specs, I suppose it's generally your opinion on the cases. I'm leaning towards the Fractal Torrent, good airflow, worried about the top mounted PSU, it having less opportunity for a radiator should I ever need one in the future. So wondered, would the Corsair 5000D actually offer a greater future soon? I have already purchased the Ryzen 5950X and Asus RTX 3090 for my build. Regarding motherboards, I would love to go for the Asus ProArt X570 Kirito. However, it is around 500 quid and it can't justify the cost. Yeah, because it's EOL, end of lifetime. So we can't get them anymore. They've stopped producing them. 2 motherboards, MSI X570S Carbon Wi-Fi, a Gigabyte X570S Air Aorus Pro. Without asking me to look in detail, either one of these two with similar specs to Gigabyte and MSI, yes or no, voila, which would you go with? A board with 260 quid, roughly around there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But basically for the cases, I'd say, I think the Fractal Torrent case just looks massive case. The Corsair 5000D looks a little bit kind of boxier. The Torrent just looks very round and like big. Don't worry about the radiators for the Torrent as well though, if you want to go with that one, because you could just put the radiator in the front. Did you see the balls to the wall build? Whoa, that was lightning. If the internet goes, it's probably because of the lightning. That's that. So let's have a look at if I can hear. Let's have a look at X570 motherboard. I think we should go to, well actually I'll go off for a second. Okay, so here we are. Let's have a look at the motherboards in the UK for around, okay, this I think was one of your suggestions there. X570S I think it was. So this Edge Wi-Fi. This is pretty good. Let's have a look. Strix, this is good as well. You get Wi-Fi 6E. I don't know what you get here. I think it's Wi-Fi 6. Wi-Fi 6E is quite a bit better actually. Why is that so expensive? Ridiculous. Wow, why are those motherboards so expensive now? The X570 motherboards are so expensive. Okay, mate, here's a little suggestion. If you can return your CPU, return it, because AMD is about to release new series any moment now, and it wouldn't be worth it. But if you do want to buy one of those, then go with the Strix here. That's a good board there, or that X570SH Wi-Fi. The Gigabyte board is better as well, but I find the MSI BIOS, if you ever have to work that, makes a little bit more sense than Gigabyte BIOS. Gigabyte BIOS is just all over the place. It's like, I don't know, whoever did that, mental. Okay, so here we are. Next question. Let's get some questions from here now. A little bit. Justin, should I use a 5800 XD for a long-term final drop into my current rig, or get something like the 5700X? I'm not sure what's your current rig, Justin, but that 5800X 3D is like for creators. It's honestly like sometimes slower than the 5800X. So if you can go for like 5900X, that's like a huge leap. If you can, I think you should be able to get the 5900X for the same price of 5800 XD. So I'd go with that. With Faith is saying, is the i7HX CPU a game changer compared to the i7H CPU? So these are laptop CPUs now. So not really. They're about the same. I wouldn't worry about that. But laptop CPUs, if you want to ask them, go check out Jarotech or Benji Kaiser. They are the guys who know about laptop CPUs. Ting Wu is, do you physically notice the difference between PCIe 3 storage compared to the PCIe 4? Is it worth the extra money for PCIe Gen 4? hard to say. I'd say no, you couldn't notice it. I've actually done a test there, PCIe Gen 3 and Gen 4. The programs will work a little bit faster just because the random read and write speeds of those is faster on the Gen 4 as well. So that's that. Andrew is saying, is B450 fine with the 5600G despite PCIe Gen 4? I think 5600G is actually PCIe Gen 3 as well. Let me have a look. Might be wrong here, but let me double check this. Where do we have here? Yeah, 5600G is PCIe Gen 3 as well, so you're absolutely fine. B450, yeah, it's fine. Okay, Ratzel is saying regular Zen 4 to editing plus 3D rendering or Zen 4 with 3D V cache. 3D V cache doesn't matter at all, honestly. Right now, the 5800X is no different from the 5800X. Have a look at Puget Systems' article on that. Honestly, not worth it for creators at all, that CPU. Can I use a 5700G for full DaVinci Resolve workflow as you have just shown timeline playback? You can edit absolutely on DaVinci Resolve, Hassan, but DaVinci loves GPU power and video memory, dedicated video memory. So you can, it is a little bit slow though because it doesn't have a lot of graphics calculating power. Remember guys, if you want a question, tag me for me to answer this. So, or Shushan, that's you know, Mr. Bean there. First of all, I'm a big fan of your channel, blah blah blah, using cinematography, using DaVinci Resolve, color grading, dilemma, custom water loop with these specs. 1200K, 64 gigabytes of RAM, gigabyte RTX 3060 using DaVinci Resolve color grading, 3060 Ti, Antec Neo 800 watts, Samsung Evo for OS and programs. You have 870, 256 gigabytes. And then that for project files and for cache files. I'd say for OS and programs, first of all, get at least 500 gigabytes. You're going to thank me later. It's very easy to fill up to 156 gigabytes. Didn't have a motherboard. Wants to go with the Asus ROG Strix B660i. Don't want to limit my CPU or RAM in any way, power and speed. I'm not planning to OC, so jump the C's almost double the price is not necessary. Go for it. It's absolutely no problem. Not sure if you've seen my ultimate SFF PC build. I did this as well with that motherboard. We ran the 12900K in there, full flat speed. It wasn't any issues at all. If you don't do any overclocking, you're going to be absolutely fine. No, it doesn't limit the components in any way. You'll just have less bandwidth between, so just the I/O is going to be less, you know. You want to save some money if possible. I would go with the 12700K if you're on a budget. It's going to be absolutely amazing processor and you're not going to have so much trouble cooling it. I'm not sure which cooler you're going to go for because that 12900K, especially in an SFF build, is going to be hard to cool. And G-Skill RAM is usually a little bit more expensive than some of the other ones. Check out Kingston Fury Beast or Kingston Fury Beast RGB, and that's what you can go for. And for the drives, check out Silicon Power US70 drives because those are very, very good in terms of bang for buck, what you can get over there. Okay, next question. Let's have a look if we've got any questions in here. How useful is the motherboard speaker? Not useful at all unless you do this. Like, I think I have the speaker, but I have never used it. Samuel Brokoff, building your black and yellow Threadripper PC for video editing and coloring and some light gaming streaming. Do you think Threadripper prices will go down when AMD releases new CPUs? Don't go with a like 3000 series Threadripper, by the way, because it's like end of life now, and I'm just wondering, why do you want to go with Threadripper? Because if you want to go with Threadripper, I'd go with the 5000 series Threadripper Pro now, because you get much better single core performance. But also the like Ryzen, unless you really need those PCIe like lanes, I wouldn't go with a Threadripper. But Threadripper prices are not going to really go down, just because Threadripper doesn't have any competition from Intel at the moment. Anand is saying, my PC always boots into BIOS, Asus TUF B550M. Please help me to solve this problem. It's very hard to do this over here, but check that your OS drive is still working. Could be dodgy, or that your OS configuration is still right. All that. Game development Cyrus the Great is saying, will Threadripper Zen 4 ever be released, and at what price range for the 96 core flagship? Do they have 96 core? I think the maximum is going to be 64. Maybe they like are going to boost it up, but I don't know. When will it be released? I don't know. I don't have any secret beans to spill here, but that's what I can get for Threadripper. Just wait for the AMD launch, because that's going to be very interesting. AMD is going to launch some new CPUs like in a few weeks' time. That's going to be very, very interesting. Nick Taylor, Final Code Alive. Yoo-hoo! My truck is in the stop. Next stop, 200k. Oh, nice one. So I'm going to go back to the questions here, so we can get these through if people have sent me these. By the way, if you do send me questions over email, please try to, if the grammar is all over the place and like email is not formatted rightly, I'm never going to look at it, because I'm thinking, if you can't write an email, you don't really deserve to answer the question. Write a nice email, like you send it to somewhere, like, come on, let's have some respect over there. Jeff, just $10. Whoa, thanks, dude. Love your content, keep it up. Thanks very much. So just write a nice email and then let me know what you want to do this for, and then how you would use it for. Helpful if you just already have a pick of like PC Part Picker, go PC Part Picker, put some things in that you want to build, then we can see the price, and then do a screenshot or something like that, and then attach it to the email, and then we can use this for the next Q&A on the live stream. So any chance you can spec out to build a creator computer aimed at complex music production? It's down there. Ableton Live DAW specifically appears to have some excessive CPU demands. Absolutely. It's hold on, it's working now. Oh yeah, I think it is working now. Okay. Let's see if this is gonna work. Check, 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 check. Hello. Okay, there we go. I started already like doing a mobile hotspot on my phone because of internet just dropped off, because it's absolutely thundering outside. There, sorry guys. What did you miss? You just missed me. Dare, you just missed me absolutely lose my internet during the live stream. I can see everyone just dropped off. Lost half the people. No, three times the people. Okay, we're back. Let's keep going. Next. John here is saying, enjoying the channel from the West Country of Devon in the UK. So, advice for some PC parts. Wants to do Premiere Pro, After Effects, Unreal Engine, Blender, 4K source material, 4K display, and blah blah blah. Not a gamer, so not overclocking. But here is what we're going to be going for. X570S AMD 5950X and anything else. First of all, if you haven't bought this PC yet, do not buy the AMD 5000 series CPUs at the moment, because new CPUs are going to be available in a few weeks time and it's not worth it at the moment. I wouldn't do it right now. Okay. Hey, look at that. Daniel from CCL is watching this live stream. Hi Daniel. Massive achievement just to start from you. Actually, Daniel, if you're still watching this, I'm going to need to send you an email for the upcoming some of the things. I'd be interested in, getting some ideas there for you. But thanks CCL. CCL, guys. Daniel, he works with CCL Computers. So if you're watching this from the UK, CCL has some great computer parts for you. Been working with them. Absolutely great guys over there. Thanks, Daniel, by the way. Is Fantex Glacier 1 360 mph worth it? It's very expensive, but it's basically Acertec cooler, right? So it's the same as the ROG Ryujin, and then we have MSI, something from MSI as well. So just find whichever one is the same Acertec cooler, and then just get one of them. Like, the fans are different, but the radiator and the pump are exactly the same. The pump head will look a little bit different, but that's that. So basically here, John, don't build this system yet. You have the RTX 3080 10GB one. If you can try to go with the 12GB one now, especially now when GPU prices are down. Check out CCL Computer prices, because they have some great CPU and GPU deals there as well. So what do we have over here? Corsair cooler there, I can see 240mm radiator. Don't go with Corsair coolers. They're usually quite loud and you pay a lot for the RGB. They're usually not like the best bang for your buck. I wouldn't go for that. The Corsair PSU is quite alright, like 80 plus titanium, no, platinum that is, worth checking out. Fantex Enthuse Pro case, good. No RGB, yep, that's fine. So I don't know why would you go with the Corsair radiator anyway. Causing me problems, the RAM, 3200 megahertz CL16 or 3600 megahertz CL18. Both of them I'd say are fine. I'd go with the 3600 megahertz because according to my testing, I've had that work a little bit faster in a lot of the programs. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for your support as well, by the way. As I understand the specs of the processor, motherboard would be happy with, yeah, that's fine. Should I go with 3200? Well, the Tomahawk handle 128 gigabytes. Yeah, absolutely. Both of them will do. I'd still get the RAM in the UK stores if you can. If you're in the UK, buy things from the UK store, just because if anything happens with the part, because you do get warranty. For example, if you buy something from CCL, it's not sponsored video, by the way, but if anything happens, you can just send it back to them within a year or something, whatever the manufacturer gives you. If it's in the US, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. So next question. Watching the video about 12900K, what is the playback performance with the Morgat files, effects and texts? So he's using the 8600K with GTX 1070, and the Morgat files on the timeline are very slow. Would it be faster CPU that will provide better performance on the Morgat files? Yes, it will be faster, but honestly, the Morgat files I've always found very, very laggy, and so honestly, if anyone knows in the comments there, just let me know what you guys think about that. But I don't know, they're always like slow, but since it is still Premiere Pro, which in that case will utilize faster single core, single thread performance, so 12900K is pretty much like the best option you can go for. But yeah, I don't think your GPU will help you there at all. The CPU performance would. Those plugs, which plugs? Okay. So this is what I mean, Ahmed. Next time maybe let's just try to format everything the same format, because like no OCD can handle this different fonts and different sizes here. So regardless, we're gonna help you out this time. 12700K for the CPU and using DaVinci Resolve and After Effects. 12700K, that's fine. TUF Z690 plus D4, so DDR4 motherboard, 3060 Ti from MSI, and we have Team Group Vulcan Z 4 times 16 gigabytes. I would go 2 times. Don't use 4 sticks if you can, unless you like the actual layout of it also that all RAM sticks are filled. I'd go 2 sticks, so later on you can upgrade if you need the RAM, because this one now you can't upgrade. You have to sell some, which is going to be a nightmare in the end. Samsung 980 Pro SSD. If you want to save some money, go with Silicon Power US 70 drive, or like Team Group Kadia C440 that you have over there as well. And it's just a little bit of a way to save on storage. And then we have another media and footage file. I can't see your PSU and the case and cooling for this, so you probably need that before you build a PC, but so far that's that. Asus ROG Strix P660i versus MSI MEG C690i Unify. Help me justify the purchase of the MSI for $200 more than the Asus. I didn't see this mobile at the time I purchased. So basically the MSI one is it's got junky heatsinks, VRAM heatsinks. VRM heatsinks. Sorry, I'm getting confused now. You know when you've said something and then it feels weird when you've said it out loud? VRMs. Yes, VRMs. That's what it is. So you might be a little bit... you might find it difficult to find cooling for that, especially if you go in liquid cooling for that Z690i Unify. The Z690 Unify has a little bit better I/O and better VRAM cooling, and better power delivery and so on, a little bit more kind of connectivity. But the Asus ROG Strix P660i is very good still there. Manta V is saying, Manta V, is this the RAM guys? Are you the RAM guys? Is saying make a render server video for rendering over other machines. So do you mean like having another PC just in your house, or having another PC like somewhere else? Okay, so let's go here. Next question. Had a question. Do you build PCs for your viewers? I was curious because I was thinking if you could build a PC for me. So here's the answer for that one. Do I build PCs for the viewers? Most of the time, no, but there are some exceptions. If you have like a very interesting project, or like a very interesting build, or very expensive build, or something like that, then I might do it for you. For example, we did the Damien build, Damien Gimono. If you know, amazing visual effects artist, worked for Marvel, and does some 3D, absolutely amazing stuff. He sculpted Simba for the new Lion King movie and so on. So we did build like a massive 3D workstation for him. Like it cost $19,000 or something like that at the time. Obviously now not that much because all the prices have gone down. But the reason why I only do like these interesting builds is because financially it doesn't make sense for me to do it, because I don't have the time to give you like post-build support and so on, which I think you kind of do need sometimes and you deserve. So that's why I'm not doing it. My, business, this what we're doing here is not built up like that. So I'd have to massively sacrifice the uploading schedule or working with some of the other builds, which I don't have time to do. But some of the interesting projects I might be able to pull apart if I find that this will be helpful for some of the other viewers. But other than that, usually the answer is no. But if you think your case is very interesting or very different, we might be able to do that for you. So that's the answer, building a PC for you. You're better off trying to build it either yourself or trying to find the shop that will build it for you, because then you have actually some kind of warranty or something that I'm not able to provide you with this. And even if I'm going to build the PC for you, like Damien, I said to Damien, look, we're going to build it. I'm going to do my best building this, but I can't give you a warranty. I can't say that, look, you got my build warranty for the next 12 years or whatever. I'm building this exactly the same I would build it for myself, but just I'm not set up like that to give you warranty. And that's why often, I'm not doing this for the viewers. How do I question? If you want to have a question, just do @technotice right here now, and then write the question, and then we can actually see your question there. That's Jordy. If you have a question for me to answer on the live stream, just put @technotice, and we're going to answer the question. These ones have been emailed to me over the emails is always in the description of the every video. So that's that. But tag me in the chat there @technotice if you have a question here for me now. If you just want to chat with each other, I'm gonna have to squeeze or like kind of scroll past them because I can't keep up with every single comment over there. So Rich is saying, did the $2,500 create the PC, but ended up with a little bit more. I have never put the PC before together, so your video helped me a lot. I made sure to use the links in your blog. The question I have is concerning the compatibility of Adobe products and Windows 11. Is that stable platform now? I know early on there were a lot of concerns, especially working with color grading. At this point, I'm still running Windows 10 and keep delaying the Windows 11 upgrade. I have the Z690 Aero GDDR4 motherboard with the 64 gigs of RAM. So Rich, I'd say it's ready. Honestly, I haven't seen any issues. Usually they're all new 12th gen things, especially if you're using 12th gen, you should be using Windows 11, especially now there, because if you're using like Ryzen 5000 or any other CPU platform, then fine, use Windows 10. But for 12th gen now, it is pretty much required to go Windows 11 just because of the Windows scheduler and how the performance efficiency cores work. You're going to get much better performance and efficiency out from there. Emiliano is saying, are the PSUs going to be more expensive in the future? No idea. NVIDIA or AMD graphics card, also FSR or DLSS. Because I'm a creator, always NVIDIA right now. AMD is not so great with like their support for drivers and GPU acceleration for creative applications like video and photo editing. Photo editing doesn't matter too much, but that's that. Renovation J is saying, how do you work on RAM issues? Honestly, you'd probably have to first check if your RAM is in the QVL list. Second of all, update the BIOS to the latest BIOS firmware, because that can often support more RAM. So that would be helpful. And then thirdly, you probably need to start, use one stick in each slot to see if the slots on the motherboard are, correct. And then probably fourth step is try to get some new RAM. So we have a Linden, a cache drive, but I can't find a straightforward video on how to set up one, and they are very old videos. Do you have a video on this subject? If not, you are likely to be making. I have made a video about this. Goodness me, what is it called now? Let's find it. Look, Tech Notice is live. Woohoo! Okay, so let's go to Tech Notice channel here. We are live. Woohoo! All your questions answered. Where is it? Where is it? GPU buying mistakes. Creators. Where is it? I did do it on DaVinci Resolve. And how to do it. There we go. How to set up your storage workflow as a video editor here. There we go. So if you want to see like how to set up storage, that is cache and all this, then go check this out over there. Okay, that's the video over there where I showed you how to do that. Okay. Okay. Is the B560 HD3 motherboard compatible with i9-12900K? Probably, officially it should be, but if you're building a new system, don't go with the 11th gen. For creators, absolutely skip it. Right now, it's not a good CPU performance. And what GPU do I use for streaming with 4 cameras? I'm not sure what do you mean streaming for 4 cameras. All of the NVIDIA 3000 series GPUs, for example, have the same NVENC media engines inside. So whether you get RTX 3050 or 3090, it's exactly the same encoders there if you need to like encode your stream. And with 4 streaming cameras, if you need input to your system, then obviously you need like a capture card that would handle that. But in terms of GPU streaming, that's no problem there at all. Is it a good system for €1,000? i5 12400F? No. For video editing? No, definitely not. Maybe some gaming, but honestly for this time, I wouldn't go with this. 11th gen and F for creators are big no. Random Help is saying, am I a full-time creator? And if so, at what point did you realize you could sustain yourself? So I have been a full-time creator like 5 years, 6 years now, something like that. Do you mean like YouTube creator, or like I did similar type of stuff for just like for clients previously, but then just before COVID, I went full time on YouTube. Neptune, I think I actually answered your question already about the B60i versus MSI one. And Cortex now. I'm on Windows 10 now without any problems. Is Windows 11 stable for gaming? I don't know. I don't do gaming. This is not a gaming channel really. We focus on the creators. But yes, it is really. It is very, very stable, I'd say. Okay, so cache drive, Linden. That's how you find it on the channel. Jayadis is saying, YouTube subscriber India. Workstation below 12900K, Aero D, Vengeance Dominator 32 gigabytes. Okay, we have Samsung 980 Pro PCIe. Just go with a different make, either Silicon Power US 70. Check out Team Group Cardia Z440 or C440. Just a bit more affordable drives. Very similar spec, but you can save. NVIDIA Quad RTX A4000. I'm not sure what you're doing. Oh yeah, After Effects, Cinema 4D, DaVinci Pro, Adobe Photoshop. Is a Premiere Pro there? Yeah. If you're not doing so much 3D, then I wouldn't go with the A4000 because you're paying a lot for like 3D, basically VRAM over there. I'd much rather get you RTX 3080, which has much more graphics power, but maybe a little bit less VRAM, because this A4000 I think has 16 gigabytes. Corsair H150i cooler. Don't go with these. Usually they're a little bit more expensive, not the best bang for your buck, so you can save some money in there. Check out Arctic coolers or some other coolers, deep cool coolers. You'll get probably for a better price. You can save a little bit more there. Corsair cool, that PSU, that's fine, and that's that. Anything else? They all like work with each other, but that's the one. That's what I would say. Miguel here is saying, so the PC is for photo editing using Photoshop and Lightroom. I was trying to build something that wouldn't be too expensive, but ended up wanting to build the best PC I could afford, since I figured it would be my main workhorse PC, hopefully for several years. The only part I didn't get to my liking was the GPU, because prices are still very high. In January, I'm hoping to upgrade to an NVIDIA RTX 30 series card within a year or so, maybe even sooner. I know that for photo editing I really don't need a high-end GPU, but I still would like something nice that would balance out my build based on the components I already have. Which NVIDIA card do you recommend that I could get would complement my build? And besides the GPU, would you recommend any other changes to my configuration to make my build even better? So he has already built the 5950X, loads of RAM, flipping heck, pretty much one of the best motherboards you can get. A GPU, okay, I can see. Main storage is Samsung that. Corsair RM1000X, Fantex Eclipse P508, okay. Cooler Master, okay. AIO Master ML240 Illusion. I'd go with like find maybe Asus Strix a 3080 or something like that. Maybe that would be like good option for you, but you've got very much balls to the wall system over there. So I'm looking to upgrade a PC used for video editing. Is playing 4K footage back is pretty slow. Should I upgrade to a CPU or should I upgrade CPU or the GPU? Setup is MSI MPG. Okay, so this is a Z690 Z390 i7 8700K, and then 1060 for the GPU. Good amount of RAM. OS is SSD, and the other one is SSD as well. So it depends if you are using DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro, and if you're using raw codecs or not. I'd say update the GPU, because GPU can very easily bring to a new system. If you can't really update the CPU, because then you'd have to upgrade pretty much a lot of the other things. But if you can upgrade all of the other things, then I would go with like Intel 12th gen, and you can see much better playback in some of the codecs there, especially if you're on mirrorless camera codec. But if you need to or don't have the budget to upgrade the CPU and the motherboard and RAM, then probably go with the GPU. That's what I would do. Okay, any questions over there? Okay, Ratzel is saying, what would be a nice balance for a Ryzen 7000 series build for editing and light 3D workloads? What would be a balance? What do you mean by balance? I'm not sure of the question there. I'll say Calvis is saying, I have a 3080 Ti and 5950X, still having stuttering in playback in DaVinci unless using lower res proxies. Vids are on separate NVMe SSD and OS also NVMe Windows issue RAM. So Calvis, what I would do is open up your task manager when you're playing back stuttering footage there, and then see if anything is like 100%. I doubt your CPU is going to be 100%, because that's usually very good. Even if you do like 8K raw playback over there, that's going to be more good. I just see if everything is like up to date in terms of drivers and Windows and BIOS and so on. And depending on your codec as well. If it's like 120 frames per second, that's going to be hard. If it's going to be like mirrorless camera codecs, then that's going to be not very good, because some of the codecs can't be played back on the NVIDIA card or the CPU, so it's going to be a massive strain on the CPU. So that's that. Let's go do some questions here now. I have to say, I totally freaking love your YouTube channel. Thanks, Cameron. Couple of questions. DaVinci Resolve 18. I've begun trying to get and learn to do 3D software blenders a lot. I have the Ryzen 9 3900X, 3060, and Corsair cooler. Fans from Base Buy. I want to do something to upgrade the motherboard and CPU. I was wondering if you do going with X5 work well with what I do. So I don't see any reason why would you upgrade the actual motherboard unless you need the extra I/O. But even at that point, if you're upgrading the motherboard, I'd upgrade the CPU and platform as well. For that, like the Ryzen 7000 is coming out in a moment, and it's going to be a massive leap compared to the 5000 series. So you might want to jump into that one, because the 5000 series 5900X or 5950X are going to be like one of the last things, like last upgrade possible for you. You can't go past that. And if I see your build over here, first of all, get this cable pulled through to the other side, because this over here is actually being blocked over here, so the airflow isn't any good. Put the CPU cable through that hole in there, push it back over there, and this one as well, this can go somewhere down there, so put this cable straight down there as well, so it's a little bit cleaner build. Other than that, go for it. So Jitty is saying 4K video editing, Unreal Engine 5, budget $2,000. Check the configuration if there's any issues with the selection. Motherboard is Z690 Aero G DDR5. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we have here? OS drive, alright, 12700K DDR5, that's fine. GPU RTX 3070 Ti Eagle Gigabyte, that's fine. Aero G, Corsair 5000, they would freeze it too. Yeah, I mean, everything seems fine here. I don't see any issues. Yeah, go for it. Neptune Bounty is saying, would a water block be overkill for RTX 3060 Ti, Founders Edition in my Cooler Master NR200P Max, not planning on overclocking anything? Yes, I think it's overkill. Don't need that. Random Help is saying, what hardware are you excited for later this year? Well, number one, Ryzen 7000 CPUs now have an iGPU as well, so I'm very excited to see if they have worked with Adobe Premiere Pro and DaVinci Resolve, for example, to get like native video encoding or hardware support for some of the codecs. So we'll see how that one works, because that will be very good. And then to see Intel Arc finally launched, or finally like in use, just because the Arc media engines are absolutely insane. We have 8K 60 frames per second, like native playback or hardware, acceleration for H.264, H.265 codec, some of them. So I'm excited to see that actually work, because if you're editing mirrorless camera footage, then that's that. And also I want to see the Intel 13th gen, because that's very interesting. I want to see what they're going to do and how they're going to build from the 12th gen, because they are still like behind in terms of the process node. So they have 10 nanometers, I think, or 10.7 nanometers, and AMD now is on 5 nanometers. So I'd like to see how they do that. But let's go here. Actually, there's Wrong Guy Studios is saying, how does 12 gigabytes VRAM in 3060 compare to other 12 gigabyte RTX NVIDIA cards with higher CUDA cores in terms of export or playback in Adobe Premiere Pro? highly recommend you go check out. Let me see, where is my video here on this. So Rongol, go check out this video here. Where is it? This one. All RTX 3000 series GPUs benchmarked, where I spent about 9 months benchmarking GPUs, and then it's only got 22,000 views. Please share that with your friends, my friends, because in there you can see all the difference, like every single 30 series GPU, and how does it compare and how much better or worse this is with something else. So you can see 3060 versus, you know, RTX 3080 or 3080 Ti over there, so you can check them out over there. Which one is better for creators? Big Yellow is saying 6700 XT or 3060 Ti. For creators, if you're doing like Adobe stuff, then NVIDIA cards are always better. Like RTX 3070 is the same as like the best of AMD GPUs out there. Like some of the GPU effects maybe are faster, but usually overall that's what it usually is. So Lana is saying from Stockholm, nice to have you here. First of all, appreciation to the beautiful email layout. Look at that. PC parts for $1,000, $1,500 and $2,000. I've recently started editing 4K videos in Premiere Pro and noticed MacBook can't keep up with it. So I've been doing research and watched many of your videos. For the first time I did to build a PC, and thanks for your excellent tutorials. You're very welcome. I've done a list of parts you've suggested. Budget is roughly around $1,500. I really want a great CPU and RAM. As to my understanding, these are very important for video editing. So I've done 2 columns for i9 and i7. Could you please have a look at them? I don't fully understand the importance of GPU for editing videos, but I really couldn't find any other options below on the tool list. Very high price, seems not very good with i9 and i7. I really wish for 64 gigs of RAM, but I can start with 32. Yes, you can, and later add it. Yes. I also listed DDR5 as the same as the price between DDR4 5 wasn't much. The motherboards were the same price. I appreciate your time. Blah blah blah. Okay, let's have a look at your build, Lana. Oh, where is Lana? Where is it? Let me find it. Where is Lana too? Oh, here. So here's Lana's CPU lineup. Let's have a look if we can do. There we go. I would it bigger. One is i9 and one is i7. First of all, if you don't know what a GPU is for video editing, then I can see there's RTX 3050 there for both of them. GPU accelerates certain things for your video editing. If you're using Premiere Pro, like you said, then if you're doing color grading, like lumetric color is GPU accelerated, which your integrated graphics or your CPU can't really do. So if you have color grade over there, you might find very stuttering playback. So a good GPU, the more CUDA cores, the more graphics power it has, the easier it is to calculate for that. Then GPU also can encode some of the footage down when using Premiere Pro. So it will use like some of the GPU power. It can't do all of it, but some of the workload for video editing can go on there. But if you're doing very simple like cut and like put together maybe some kind of mirrorless camera footage in Premiere Pro, then like the iGPU is like very, very good with it as well. So let's have a look. This i9 and i7 setup, same amount of RAM, DDR5. Okay, there's different options over here. I can see Kingston Fury Beast, 32 gigabytes. Why is this one cheaper than the Corsair Crucial one? Crucial 4800. I think this is a single stick. When you're buying the RAM, make sure it is like dual channel, so you do have like 2 sticks of it. Yeah, I can see 2 sticks, but I'm not sure if this is like, if you go with 32 gigabytes like in here, is it going to be single stick? Don't go with single stick. if you go single stick 32 gigabytes DDR5, get two 16 gigabytes, so you can add like extra two 16 gigabytes later as well, because just a single channel is not going to work so well there on both sides. DDR5, okay. And then we have the GPU, 3060 or 3050. If you're on a budget, start with 3050. You can very easily like upgrade the GPU later on. If you don't know if GPU is going to be the bottleneck, you're probably going to see more of a difference between the CPUs. Motherboards, DDR5, MSI, Pro A Wi-Fi, yep, or the Creator Wi-Fi. So ROG Strix B60i gaming Wi-Fi. So the Strix B660i, unless you're doing small builds, I wouldn't go with this one, just because you're going to lose a lot of connectivity and other PCIe slots that you might be able to use later on. If you don't need 10 gigabit Ethernet port for like your NAS or something like that, go with the MSI Pro Z 690A Wi-Fi board, and that's that. Or just look at the connectivity, which ones you're going to go for, because as you can see, the Asus board is like more than twice as expensive. CPU cooler, we have the NHT15 Chromax, very nice one. Storage, Sabrent Rocket, 1 terabyte one, very good. Power supply, the same, 4000D. Yeah, that's all very good. I'd say that's like my little comments over there. If you want to go with any of these, it's going to be fine. I'd go with the Kingston Fury Beast 32 gigabytes DDR5. Like that's 2 sticks of DDR5, I think, and then later on you can get some more. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see some of the questions over here now. We're gonna try to finish in 20 minutes. So if you guys have any other questions, I'm not gonna keep this forever, because otherwise it's gonna be super late for some people. What is the best affordable GPU for future upgrade with the 5600G from NVIDIA? And thanks for your great effort. That's Andrew saying probably RTX 3050. Seugun is saying, will the NR200p max cooling handle Unreal Engine? Rendering like 4 or 5 hours straight on the 12-core Ryzen 5000 series processor. Which cooling is it? I don't know which cooler you're using, but that case, yeah, if you put a decent cooler in there, it's gonna be fine. Wayne is saying, what's the best performing CPU to use with a B560H3 motherboard? You'll have to look, probably 11900K. I think you asked that before as well, but I don't know, go with 11700K. Nightmare T-Very. How slow can be the work in DaVinci Resolve if I don't use a GPU with the Intel i5 12400? Depends what you do. If you don't use a lot of color grading or effects, cutting it through, it's going to be quite alright. GPU price still not good yet. I'm not sure where you're from, but where I'm standing in the UK and in the US, the GPU prices are very good right now. Everything is below MSRP, so definitely a good time to buy GPUs. Okay, let's keep going here now. Manda is saying, wants to build an SFF PC, Adobe XD, Illustrator, After Effects. Okay, so graphic designer PC. So let's have a look. Roughly 1200. Okay, so the Lian Li Q58 Black PCI 4. Okay, CPU 12600K. Well, I'm not sure which is it. Is it i7 12700K or is it 12600K i5? That's that. So 32 gigabytes of DDR5, 3050. That's 5 SN770. Battery V240. Cooler Master, Lian Li, Arctic P, gigabyte, B60i, Aorus. Wait a second, how can I go full screen on this? Let's go, yeah, there we go. Aorus Pro DDR4. Okay, you go in DDR4 because that's, I see Gigabyte, I think, as the only DDR4. B60i motherboard. Yeah, okay. I mean, everything seems pretty good. I think you're meaning 12600K. Yeah, you could manage with just without the GPU. Like maybe not so much in After Effects. After Effects might need a little bit more GPU power, but like just Illustrator, Photoshop, and so on, you'll be completely fine without the GPU. So you can just do everything else and add the GPU later when you can. Omar is saying 4K drone footage on Premiere Pro, and I got some parts that after purchase I saw bad reviews on them. I wanted to feedback if it still work. Here's the link to my parts list. Please get back to me. Wait a second, where is Omar's list? There we go. Okay, woo! What's going on in here? Okay, first of all, that NZXT cooler, a lot of bling for very little bang. Don't buy the Windows 11 Pro from there. Check out Who Keys. Just watch any of my other videos. One of the like regular sponsors for the channel, Who Keys. You'll get it like 5 times cheaper than that one over there. So you're gonna have to save quite a lot of money. You want to do 4K video editing. I think 12th gen would have been better. So if you can return anything, return the CPU and the motherboard and get like a 12th gen CPU. Like even if you get the 1200K, then sorry, 11 sorry, I'm getting a bit tired now. If you want to get i5 12600K, it's going to be better than the 11900K. But other than that, I think your PC is going to look very nice, just because the parts you have chosen. That Sabrent Rocket Q2, that is his QLC flash, so it's a little bit slower. It has only burst speeds of that, so you might want to go with a little bit different one as well. That Samsung 980 Pro, you can go with, do I have any of them here? No. Silicon Power US70 drive, that will be much better. Bang for your buck basically, but it's still okay, but if you can like return anything, that would be better. Okay, last question here. Will is saying 2 things here. He's got a laptop PC or desktop PC. Is considering the desktop PC now to use my video for work instead of the laptop. As desktop perform better than laptop for video editing. All that said, below the specs for both laptop and desktop. Would love your honest opinion regarding what I should order to upgrade the desktop PC if possible, yet with a limited budget for optimal video editing purposes. I currently use Pinnacle Studio 25 Ultimate for video editing. So the laptop here has i7 6500U, 4K screen, which is very interesting, but 16 gigs of RAM and GTX 950M. This one over here has no GPU at all. I think this only has the integrated GPU, but 8 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte hard drive storage. Now, if you can, probably sell both of them and get one like good system if you can. But if you do need to upgrade this, then get another stick of RAM there. I'm sure you can add another one there. It shouldn't be 2 4 gigabyte sticks. It's probably 1 8 gigabyte stick. I'd change that 1 terabyte hard drive to SSD. That's going to make a massive difference, and add a GPU there. That would probably be a good shout. Okay. And that's all the questions from there. Let's have a look. Any other questions that we have there? Oh, did I insert an ad? What did that mean? Let's see. Is everyone seeing an ad? I want to see if that works. People see an ad? Okay, anyway. I want to see if an ad comes on. If I have to add an ad. Let me know if anyone is checking the ad there. So, Sigun is saying that the NR200P it comes with 240mm AIO and 850 watt power supply that's already installed. Yeah, I think it should be fine with a 5900X. Just saw an ad. Okay, interesting. I didn't know what the heck it means. All the ads. There was like a little ad button said, "Here's now would be a good time to insert an ad." I would have loved to see like what ad everyone got. Good. Oh, Gamers in IT Paradise is getting a little bit annoyed, but I haven't seen your tagged question. Have you tagged the question? Did you read the pinned comment? I'm only getting the pinned comment, like me tagged questions answered. Is an Intel i3 12100 good for basic video editing? Yeah, it is. It's quite alright. I don't, Gamers and IT Paradise, I don't see @TechNotice tagged on any of your questions. I'm not sure which. Ah, okay, I see a comment here now. Can a top spec i9 12950HX and an RTX 3080 Ti play back After Effects ones, lower thirds and stuff in Premiere Pro in 4K timeline on full quality without lag? I think it depends what you're putting them on as well, but it should. It should. Okay, I'll do the last few comments now. Whatever you type, I'm gonna see, and I'll try to answer these now. A2 is saying something about gaming, but I'm not a gaming channel, so I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Let's see. Joshua is saying in the UAE, the Samsung 980 Pro is cheaper than the Silicon 1TB you mentioned. Is the Samsung better? Yes, Samsung is better in terms of the speeds, but the Silicon Power US70 drive, if you're doing a lot of writes on the drive, like writing big files or video files on there all the time, then it's more write-centric SSD, and it has a better terabyte written spec than Samsung, like probably 3 times better. So whatever you write on the Samsung drive, you can write 3 times the amount on the other drive without actually worrying about the like long lastingness of that. FM, loving the content of the streams. Thanks very much. Do you think the influx of mining GPU are really going to make a big difference in the lowering the GPU cost of GPUs? Yes, definitely. The big what's it called? The merge. Is it the merge? What's it called that they're doing with the Ethereum now? Ethereum's gonna, I think it's merge, right? It's called merge. I'm not that, big on the crypto, but that's gonna be very good for us because GPU mining is not going to be good anymore. Electricity prices are going to go high, so people are just selling the GPUs because they're not getting the profits anymore there. So definitely worth it. DJ Voicey, what would you recommend for GPU Adobe Premiere Pro 4K edits? 12 900K 64 gigabytes 3060 3070 could be a good deal. Wait for 40 series to pull the plug. Well, it's hard to say because if it's I think, I don't know. If you can wait, just wait. If you need work done right now, just buy whatever you need to get the better work done, because you'll earn the money back by the time you are waiting for the next, you know, release or whatever. That's what I would do. Mid-range Hammer Eye saying best GPU CPU combo in mid-range budget for 3D rendering. 3D rendering, go with 3060 and an i7 12700K or 12600K. If you're doing only 3D rendering, maybe 5900X. Vincent, thanks. Random Help is saying, will you live stream more often? I'm not sure. I'll let you guys decide that. If you want, I can live stream more often. Fires is saying, please check my comment. Not sure, where is your comment? Where'd you leave the comment? Why the RTX cards are suddenly coming back to MSRP or even less than MSRP? Is it because of the mining GPU dumps all over the eBay and internet selling A2? Yes, that's definitely part of it. I think there's a big demand that's been kind of left now. And I think a lot of people, gamers especially, were stuck saying, no, I'm not going to buy the GPU until it's MSRP. That's why everything had to come down. But because of Ethereum mining is not so profitable anymore, and the electricity and gas prices are going so high, the GPU mining just profits absolutely plummeted, so it's not worth it anymore. I love the studio tour, great work. Love to see more variety videos like that. Thank you so much, Arne Jensen. Yeah, I quite like to do that as well. Obviously, this is in a different place now. We actually have less floor space to work with, so I've had to be very creative to use this space here as well. I might do a tour of this a bit later. Got some new lighting in here. I'm very happy with the new lighting setup. Not sure what you guys think about that. Birdman is saying, will you be getting a sample of the AMD 7000 series to test before or near launch? Well, fingers crossed. I'll have to send some emails and work with some of the guys who can do that, because AMD and Intel, just a little, you know, backstory there, they work very differently with influences in the background. Intel is very, very nice to work with at the moment. At the moment, I have got much better experience with working with Intel than AMD. But the interesting thing is, like, I have recommended the things pretty much equally. Until Intel released the 12th gen, I was recommending AMD to everybody because it was just so much better. But still, it was that. But now Intel is very nice to work with. But they have different policies how they work and how they like give samples out and all that sort of thing. So I'd love to test it out. I think it's essential that I test it out. So subscribe and use the affiliate links, because if I have to buy them, I will buy them in, because how can I give you information without AMD 7000 series CPUs? Do you think laptops will be compared to... How are you and your family doing? Said is asking. Yeah, very good, I guess. We've had to move because we lived in a very, very small place with no garden, basically. And I've got 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. And they needed a little bit of space. So this is the new place now where we're in. So it's much like bigger place for them to run around there. So I've had to do a lot of DIY and fixing the place up. Still a few DIYs to do. Found that one of the roofs is leaking, so I think I ordered some sealant. So I need to fix the flashing outside hopefully today. Oh, pants, it's been raining all day today. Oh, I need to fix that. Anyway, a lot of it's doing good, but you know, with 3 kids, life is always mental. If you've got kids, you know what I'm talking about. And Christopher, could you let your viewers know that there are scammers pretending to be you and be very careful? Yes. Okay, this is very important. Anyone who's watching this, If you don't see a blue tick, I managed to get my channel verified now as well. If you don't see like highlighted black and blue tick next to it, it's not me. I don't have a Telegram account or WhatsApp account. I'm never going to ask you to do Telegram or WhatsApp account if you win anything. I'm working on doing something special for the 100K. It just takes time and, you know, working with a lot of brands and people and agencies to get something special for you guys. I don't want to say anything yet because it's not fully confirmed yet, but there's going to be probably a giveaway. But when this is going to happen, it's never going to be on like Telegram or something like that. I'm never going to ask you to pay for postage. I'm never going to ask you to contact me. I will be contacting you because I already have your email address the way we're going to do it. So it's not going to happen that way. Gamers and IT Paradise is saying, can you also test motion graphics in your live Premiere Pro playback? I have a 5800 HS and a GTX 650 GeForce T4 currently, and it lags terribly whenever I see motion graphics. Yeah, it depends on the motion graphics. If you want to test, depend like which ones are you using. Like if you're using the After Effects and Margaret files or something like that, get like a, I don't know, you can't really go in the shop to test this as well. If you have something good for me to test, like motion graphics, send me the file or send me a Dropbox. Maybe I can add this to my actual testing so then people can see that as well. Actually, that's a good idea. If you want to help me out, Gamers in IT Paradise, let me know. Gamers is saying, does Ryzen 7000 have anything equivalent to Intel QuickSync? Well, they do have an iGPU in the actual processor now as well included, but have they worked with Adobe and stuff to get like a similar hardware acceleration of the iGPU as well? We'll have to see. Will this be up as video after the stream ends? Yes. Ollie, currently running 12700K without GPU for Premiere Pro, loving the performance, but when I put a 3080 12GB in, will I only notice an improvement in render time or will there be more? There will be more, Ollie, especially if you're using Lumetri color in there, and if you're doing color grading, it's going to be much better playback with the RTX 3080. Okay, what do we have here? Gamers and IT Paradise, I have an email in the description of this video, so if you find the description, there's an email there where you can send me the email. M.2 recommendations. Have a look at my storage workflow, Sunil, and then you're gonna see a few M.2 recommendations over there. Ariane is saying, should I buy i7 12th gen now or wait for the 13th gen or 7000 series? Now, if you are a creator, I've said this many times, and you know you're going to get improvement with the workflow that you're going to buy for the, you know, whatever tech you're going to buy, then buy the tech now and then don't wait for this, because you can wait forever then. And usually the big thing is like, yeah, you might get performance increase, but you might also have issues. So if you want like something stable and something that just works, go with the i7 12700K, just because it's already been out long enough. It's got the issues sorted. It's more stable platform now to work on, and the prices have gone down. It should be below MSRP as well. So that's that. Okay, guys. Lordsif said congratulations for 100K. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And now I'm going to end the live stream over here one last time. Very big thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and any other ideas, any other things you might have, just write it on the comments. I might not see your comment. I'm not used to getting so many comments, and I don't want to spend too much time on the comments. I try to read as much of them as possible, but my main focus is producing as many videos, as many helpful videos as possible. So that's what we're doing at the moment. So thank you very much again, guys, every single one of you. That 100K that thing over there is as much like yours as mine, because you are one of them. If you weren't there, then I might have not got it. So it is a huge thing for me. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks Rachel there as well. A2 Joseph, Gamers in IT Paradise. I'll see you next time. Yeah, let me know. I might do a poll, see if I should do live streams more often, and if this was helpful, and if you want to see maybe PC build live stream. I think there's going to be a PC build live stream coming, but hey, we'll see about that. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.